Please welcome back the director of OW, Yohei Suzuki. I'll just start with a couple of questions for you before opening it up to the audience. Could you say a bit about how just the conception of the film, I'm particularly interested in the degree to which this film was conceived as a comment or a critique of Japanese society.
やっぱり日本人は自分の考えていることをこうなんかこう自分の中にこう留めてしまうようなそういう印象を持ってますまず。
First of all, I think that people in Japan often like to keep their thoughts to themselves.
ある種それを何かの形で表した表現したかった。
And I wanted to somehow express that.
とても、説明するのは難しいところ。
It's a little difficult for me to explain.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about the orb then. Can you talk about coming up with that idea? Why that?
まずあれはアボカドではないんですけども。
First of all, I want to say it's not an avocado.
Thank you for clarifying.
Sorry.
It's not.
何かがこうちょっと例え話ですけども、僕の住んでるアパートある日こうで玄関を開けて外に出てみたら目の前に歯が落ちてるんですよ。これはもうなんだろう、これはデビッド・リンチのブルーベルベットみたいな世界だなと思って、そうやってなんか時たま変なものと出会うという体験がこう時々あるんですよね。
So I'd like to use an analogy. So one time I walked outside of my apartment and I saw a tooth just outside the door. And I looked at it and it made me think of Blue Velvet by David Lynch, like a world like that. And to me, sometimes these really weird and strange things happen.
だから球体というのは、もちろん、ある種のその日本の何かそういう何かを示すものであると同時に、なんていうかな、こう何か人っていうのはなんかすごく強烈ななんかハプニングみたいなのが起こった時にこうあって言ってこうまるでこう一瞬止まってしまうみたいな、その僕にとっては球体よりもそれに対するリアクション、人がどういうふうにそれに対して振る舞うのか、そっちの方が映画を作るときはものすごく重要なことだなと考えました。
So maybe in some sense that round thing maybe represents Japan, but sometimes I think that people, when they encounter extreme situations, we tend to stop and not know what to do. And so to me, rather than the actual orb itself, for me, when making the movie, it was more important about what the reactions of the people are when they're encountering them.
I'd be interested to hear you talk a little bit about the film. Seems to me to have represent a collision or sort of overlap of different genres. It's obviously a domestic drama, which is something that's a very rich tradition of in Japanese cinema, but it's also science fiction, obviously, and also has a kind of investigative, sort of the investigation of the reporter is also like part of what drives the story. Can you talk a little bit about the degree to which you wanted to combine these genres, or you wanted to comment on them, or
その例えばジャンルっていうのは僕は映画のものじゃなくて、その映画を見る人がある便宜的なものに基づいて要請するものだというふうに考えていて、で自分はそういう意味でこの映画はこういうジャンルであるっていうふうにはまるっきり考えずに、なんかやっぱりこう自分の過ごしてるこう人生っていうのはなんかやっぱりあらゆる笑いにあふれていたり、例えばなんかこう自分のこうじいさんの葬式なんかでもなんかみんな家族はなんか笑い合って過ごせたりみたいな、だから本当の世界はそういうのが一体となっているはずだという意識があって、それで結果的にこういうジャンルがこう映画の中でこう入れ替わっていくような、それを結構、すごく不安だったんですけど、それを思い切ってやってみたと。
So in making this movie, I wasn't necessarily thinking of a specific genre. I do believe that in life there are sequences of events that lead to very different circumstances. For example, I think life has a lot of laughter in many cases. For example, when at a grandfather's funeral, we might start laughing. And in these instances, I feel like life is that way. We have a lot of elements that happen in our lives. And as a result, when trying to express this, I feel like a lot of genres just tend to appear. I was actually worried when I was making this movie because I kind of pushed myself to do that and express that.
I read an interview in which you said that the last scene of the film was something that you just came up with the day of the shoot. Could you say a little bit about that? And also, was that how you tended to work throughout the whole production? Was there a lot of improvisation? Did you depart from the script a lot?
いや、即興というわけじゃなくて、こうあのシーンはもともとシナリオになくて、前の日にセリフを考えて、でそれは僕だけが決めたことじゃなくてスタッフで話し合って、何かこう哲夫っていう主人公がこう実はこう止まっているように見えて、何か実はよく周りを観察していると、それでそのことを言いたいんだけども、うまく言葉にできないそのパワーだけがこう前に出る。なんかこう人間の頭、人ってこうなんていうかな、こう思考考えっていうのはこう目に見えないものだけど、それがなんかああいう風なシーンを作ることによって、なんか思考っていうその目に見えないものがなんかこう画面に現れるんじゃないかなと、なんかそういう話をスタッフと一緒にして、で本当に撮影の前日にセリフが本当自分でもびっくりしたんですけど、本当に勢いでバーッと書き上げて、それを役者と一緒にこう覚えて、それでやったんで、完全な即興ってわけじゃなく、セリフは僕が最初から最後まで書いたものなんです。
So it's true that I actually did not have the last scene in the scenario when we started working. I actually thought of the dialogue the day before, and it wasn't just through myself, but I actually talked with my staff about how we wanted to end the movie. So with Tetsuo, we see him being very still, but the character actually is a very observant character, and he actually isn't necessarily still, but rather he's observing, and he doesn't have the words to express what he's seeing, and it's only in his power that you kind of observe that he's seeing these things happen, and I believe thoughts often cannot be seen. The thoughts in Tetsuo's heads cannot be seen, and maybe through that last scene you finally see his thoughts being represented on the screen. And it's these ideas that I was talking about with my staff the night before. And in fact, I was surprised when I was able to then write all this dialogue out the night before. And then I worked with my actor to actually learn these lines that I just wrote. So the actual shooting of the last scene was not necessarily an improvisation.
Great. We'll take some questions from the audience. I guess the first question is about the sort of whether the Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, was kind of something you had in mind.
No.
Okay. Moving on to part 2, which was about the police and whether that was, I guess, maybe were you making a comment on this inept cover-up that the police did in the film? Was that a kind of comment on? Was that based on actual society?
まずそのトワイライトゾーンはそういえば主題歌だけ父親がよく聴いてたのを今思い出しました。
Actually, I just remember that I've heard my father sing the theme song to Twilight Zone, and I just remember that.
でまあ、日本の警察っていうのはすごく起訴してからなんか有罪率っていうのはすごく高くて、まあ、そこですごく検察官と裁判官の癒着の問題がすごくありますね。
Regarding the Japanese police, there is a really high rate of people who are proven guilty, and I think there's something related to the fact that the justice system and the police system are very tied to each other.
一度逮捕されると保釈されるまでに1年以上かかるなんてケースもありますね。
There are some cases where once you're arrested, it takes about a year to even just be released.
日本では人質司法なんて言われてて、まあすごくなんか問題、日本の警察にもものすごく問題があると思います。
It's sometimes referred to as like a hostage arresting, and I do believe that there is a problem with this system.
まあ実はそのブルーベルベットは結構好きですけど、デビッド・リンチは少しインランド・エンパイアはなんかなんだろうな、あの人はもう映画を撮るってことをなんか一つなんか投げ出してるような印象があって、今はそんな好きじゃないんですけども。
So I do really like Blue Velvet, but I actually, regarding David Lynch, for example, with pieces like Inland Empire, I actually feel like he's not so interested in making films anymore, and I actually don't really like him so much these days.
けど映画からの影響というよりもむしろ文学であったり、そういうものから影響されたものはありますね。昨日も Q&A で言ったんですけど、そういうサミュエル・ベケットの小説とトーマス・ベルンハルトとかジャン・パウル、そういう小説からインスパイアされた部分あります。
Actually, rather than other films, I think I have been influenced a lot by literature. For example, I said in the last Q&A, but I've been very influenced by novels by Samuel Beckett or Thomas Bernhardt.
それはもちろん映画が好きですから自分なりに考えるんですけど、正直言うといろんな映画が好きすぎて僕も鉄夫みたいに頭の中が混乱しているっていうところがあります。
Of course, I do love movies, so I've watched many, but I like too many movies, and so I often feel like I myself am like Tetsuo with so many ideas.
僕はなんか例えば 今日本の映画でなんか演技の質っていうのはなんか大きく2つに二分されるようなところがあって、一つはなんかすごくナチュラルな演技で、もう一つはもうよりなんかこう過剰な。けど僕はでその過剰っていうのもなんか古いある程度古い日本映画だとものすごくいいんですけど、今はそのある種のこう過剰な演技っていうのをできる役者は本当にいないと思うんですよね。だからそういう失われたなんだろうな、ある過剰な演技、例えばなんだろうな、深澤銀次とかのああいうこの間亡くなりましたけど菅原文太だとか、ああいう人のなんかこう過剰性、なんかそういう僕がやりたいのはそっちだなと思いました。
In Japanese films today, I believe that there are two types of acting. One tends to lean towards naturalism, and two is going for the more extreme acting. And I feel like with a lot of older movies, these extreme actings work really well, but I feel like not many actors today can do this kind of extreme acting and get away with it. For example, in movies like Kinji Fukasaku or actors like Bunta Sugawara, who passed away this year. And I think this kind of, I prefer this kind of extreme acting, so I was thinking about that often.
I guess to follow up on that, and the last couple of questions, I was wondering, this is actually the first debut Japanese film that we've had a new directors in a while, and I was curious to maybe if you could talk a little bit about your connection with Japanese cinema, both contemporary and historical, whether you see yourself as part of any kind of contemporary movement, or whether you're in dialogue with any particular tradition of Japanese cinema.
やっぱりこう、例えばこうトニー・レインズに大島渚という名前を出されて驚いたところがあるんですけど、というのは今のこう例えば大島が活躍してた時代から90年代黒沢清とか青山真司とか出てきた、それ以降の日本映画っていうのはもうなんかもうずっとこう沈黙してるような状態が続いてると、本当にメジャー映画は本当にくだらないものばかりだし、もう映画の中心は東京にも京都にももうなくなってしまってるという状況があって、その中で自分はどう振る舞うべきかっていうことはよく考えてます。それはそういうメジャー系の会社とはもう手を切ってもう自分でやると、で自分の足場を作るところからやっていきたいと、だからその自分の僕は東京離れて地方で暮らして映画を作ってるんですけど、そういう意味で東京以外からこうあらゆる映画が今実は生まれてきてるという状況もあって、すごくなんか日本映画にこう風通しが良くなってるところもあるなと感じてます。で大島はもちろん黒沢や小津に影響を受けて、尊敬しつつも彼らのスタイルを破壊するっていうようなことをしてきましたね。だから僕も黒沢清や青山真司とかそういう人たちを尊敬しつつも、なんかこう自分なりに挑戦的でありたいと思います。
So I actually am. I was surprised when Tony Raines brought up Oshima Nagisa to me, Nagisa Oshima to me when I was when we were talking about my film, and I was surprised because I felt like throughout. There's been a great period of Japanese cinema going from Oshima all the way to the 90s with Shinji Aoyama and Kiyoshi Kurosawa. But since then, I feel like Japanese cinema has been quite quiet, and a lot of studio movies today I find to be very stupid. And I feel like there are no real great movies coming out of Tokyo and Kyoto these days. So in that sense, I think about where I stand in Japanese cinema today, and I do feel like I need to make my own room in order to stand where I want to be. And in fact, I actually live outside of Tokyo, and the movies I've been making have been made outside of Tokyo. And I do feel like movies are still being born outside of the cities today. And in that sense, I feel some hope in that way. And I feel since people like Kurosawa and Ozu, this style has often been broken down. And I do admire the two figures such as Shinji Aoyama and Kiyoshi Kurosawa. However, I also hope to be able to challenge their styles at the same time.
Well, thank you very much for the film, and thank you for being here.